Previously on The Scene.
This is Tom Green, and you're watching The Scene. Thanks. Thanks. Awesome. Thanks.
Hello, it's David Lenham, host of Shaw Television's island-wide arts and entertainment program, The Scene, here at Winchester Galleries in Oak Bay. That's artist Doug Fraser just hanging out back there, awash in his own glory of his own art as it casts that huge shadow across. Yeah, we'll be talking with Doug in a minute about his solo show of things very ordinary here at Winchester. But first, let's go back in time. They were once called the Bill Hilly Band. Remember, we actually shot Mark Atkinson and the gang in Mark's backyard in Esquimalt. No, they're the Bills. They've been the Bills for a long time. One of Canada's real folk supergroups, you can call them. We got to hang out with them at Joby Baker's studio. They were working on their album, Yes Please, which is doing very well for them at the moment. And so here they are. This is the Bills. It's Mark Atkinson, Chris Fry, Adrian Dolan, Richard Moody, Joey Smith, and Joby Baker.
Okay. How? You guys good?
All right, Brazil.
1, 2, 3. Step inside, go on, get yourself inside, step inside, go on, get yourself inside, step inside, go on, get yourself inside that hallowed hall. Up on high, and the pier says shade to wild Virginia reel, with the poles and the preacher standing by. You can swing around to the right. Another myth, a dance all legend being written here tonight. Now step inside, step inside. If all the truth is try, go on, get yourself inside. Now step inside. The Lord's truth in his try, go on, get yourself inside that hallowed hall.
We're here with noted artist, neurotic artist, Doug Fraser. I say that only because all artists have a slight particular bent, a curiosity.
I would concur, yeah. I guess they would. They worry about some stuff that the rest of the general public has the ability to walk on by and turn the page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a good segue, because walking on by is what you won't do when you come to Doug's Art Show here at Winchester. But walking on by really everyday objects and scenes, because that's what this show's about. And a lot of people go, oh, is that art? Because there's a bus shelter, or there's the front of a GTO, or there's just a sign.
Yeah, and the idea is to slow down and enjoy it. And yeah, it's banal, but it's locale. It's something that we walk through, and I want to try to, in a way, by freezing it in the frame and taking it apart visually, give them a chance to reconsider.
What is it, like a meditation on things familiar?
Yeah, in a way, by slowing down, you hopefully will get to that point in the process where you see something that you might not have, because you're usually in a rush. You don't either have the time, or you may think you don't want to. So hopefully I can turn you around a bit, and you may be able to see aspects of the subject matter that can be considered a little more.
And it would be considered realist painting, but not like super realist.
No.
Because it's almost like I'm a little drunk when I'm looking at these, or I've left my glasses at home or something like that, because, you know, it just has this slight artificiality.
Yeah, well, definitely, and two terms that have come up, well, I've talked about it with others and worked on these paintings, is either pop realism or another person I'd heard talked to said a great comment was the unrealistic realism. So I like both those. I thought they were good.
No people in them. And I know you can draw people. You're a world-famous illustrator whose covers have appeared on all the magazines like Time and things like that. I know you can do people.
Yeah.
There's none here.
I did that for almost 30 years, so this is a chance to try and do something different, to change it up a bit. And yeah, I dealt with the figure for 30 years, and frankly, I was getting a little tired of it. Not to say that I'll never paint a figure again, but I wanted that opportunity to talk about the more ambient, quiet aspects of what might even be traditionally background elements in some of my previous work as an illustrator.
What do you know about Gilbert and Sullivan?
Musicals? Big show?
You're a visual artist, okay?
Yeah.
All right. The Victoria Gilbert and Sullivan Society are bringing us a musical oddity of sorts. Well, maybe not so odd. This is one of Gilbert and Sullivan's comic operas, Ruddigore. And the reason why I said it was odd is it's just not performed very much. This is a very rare chance to see a staging of this happening here in Victoria. And we're going to tease you a little bit, give you a taste of Ruddigore. This is one of the numbers.
My eyes are fully open to my awful situation. I shall go at once to Roderick and make him an oration. I shall tell him I've recovered my forgotten moral senses, and I don't care tuppence halfpenny for any consequences. Now I do not wish to perish by the sword or by the dagger, but a martyr may indulge a little pardonable swagger, and a word or two of compliment my vanity would flatter. But I've got to die tomorrow, so it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter.
So it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter. So it really doesn't matter.
If I were not a little mad and generally silly, I should give you my advice upon the subject willy-nilly. I should show you in a moment how to grapple with the question, and I'm sure you'd be astonished at the force of my suggestion. On the subject I should write you a most valuable letter, full of excellent suggestions when I feel a little better. But at present I'm afraid I am as bad as any hatter, so I'll keep it to myself, for my opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter. Her opinion doesn't matter. Her opinion doesn't matter. Her opinion doesn't matter.
My opinion doesn't matter.
Her opinion doesn't matter. Her opinion doesn't matter. If I had been so lucky as to have a steady brother who could talk to me as we are talking now to one another, who could give me good advice when he discovers I was erring, just the very favour which on you I am conferring, my existence would have made a rather interesting idyll, and I might have lived and died a very decent individual. This particularly rapid and intelligible patter isn't generally heard. If it is, it doesn't matter. If it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter.
If it is, it doesn't matter.
This particularly rapid and intelligible patter isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter. This particularly rapid and intelligible patter isn't generally heard, and if it is, it doesn't matter.
realize that this cool video work was done by Chris Orchard, a local independent filmmaker, until I attended last year's Cinevic Reel-to-Reel competition. Now, Cinevic is a collection of local independent filmmakers, and at Reel-to-Reel they pair them with musicians, and they try to come up each with some video concept that then they pitch in battle against each other. I got to judge that. It was a lot of fun. I urge you to go next year. Anyway, Chris Orchard stuff, as you can see here, was literally mind-blowing. So that was a little bit of Chris Orchard. We're in Habit, the atrium, with Chris Orchard, independent filmmaker. Welcome to the scene, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're looking some reel-to-reel stuff that you did. Tell me a little bit about the reel-to-reel contest and that submission that was actually in 3D, although we were watching it in 2D, unless people had glasses at home.
Yeah, that was the last one that I've done in 2012. It's the reel-to-reel competition is about a competition to bring artists within Victoria together. It's a randomly pairing of musicians and filmmakers, and given 30 days with a soundtrack to come up with a music video or a short film or whatever using the soundtrack.
When you say random, how random? Like what kind of music?
Random. This year I got Jezro Sherman's Psychic Pollution, a digital piece. And the first year I did it, it was Hank and Lily Pine.
Yeah.
Hank and Lily.
Hank and
Lily, that works better. They had The Road to New Orleans, which was an amazing, scary music, and in the middle of it was this Viennese waltz. And so I had no idea what to do with it, and I ended up doing a ghost story at Craig Darragh Castle with ballroom dancers from the Victoria Ballroom Dance Society.
Your name keeps coming up when I talk to other filmmakers in town. Oh yeah, Chris Orchard did this, he did the special effects on this, he did that. So that means you're always got to think, I got to do a variety of stuff. I can't just make little films myself.
I enjoy, every couple of years I'll do something like reel-to-reel, beginning to end, writing, publishing, or producing and all that. But yeah, it's a lot of work. I enjoy doing the special effects. I'm fairly good at it. So my mission statement, I guess, for lack of a better word, would be to help those filmmakers with more talent than money. I enjoy doing the little things. I go in, I fix it, I get out.
Who has the money?
Well, exactly.
What filmmakers in this town have cash?
Yeah, so at least I get to do what I want to do. I get to pick and choose my jobs, and I'm always doing something completely different. I got 3 jobs on the go right now, and so, you know, I can pick and choose when I sit down in the studio to what I'm going to work on. Well, nowadays you've got cameras that are great quality for dirt cheap. It's all about the filmmaker, really. The tools are out there for you. If you're a storyteller or you just enjoy making movies, you know, just do it. You know,
and then roll around in a big pile of money.
Yeah. No, as long as I'm not looking for that money, then I'm going to enjoy my job. And I get perks like going to the south of France. I never would have expected that, right? And you get to see your openings in different theaters, or you get to see your face up on the IMAX screen, 40 feet high. All these things are nice little perks and surprises, and if you're not expecting them, then it makes for a pretty great sideline.
Looks like love, looks like war. Looks like protection, looks like respect. Looks like love, looks like resistance. Looks like trouble. Looks like lessons. looks like answers, looks like vigilance. Heaven is a place, an individual happening, not writing, but remembering. Total inspiration, dancing in circles. Respect and knowing looks like knowing respect. Looks like speaking, looks like sharing, looks like challenging. Looks like sober, looks like shaping and naming, looks like separate looks. Looks like application and practice, looks like failing, looks like the moon falling. Looks like us, looks like them. Looks like 60 extra pounds, looks like bells born in the ground. Looks like men, looks like overlapping happening. No one knows what to do with it. No one goes to extremes anymore. Nobody is the best identity. Anonymous, artist. No thing separate, always with us. Stealth and presence. Looks like stealth and presence. Looks like presence. Look, presence. Like presence. Looks like secret presence. Look, secret presence. Looks like secret presence. Look, secret looks, presence.
This next band I like to call the Sweet, 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 Sweet Lowdown, even though they're just officially the Sweet Lowdown, Victoria roots folk trio, because they have these sweet, sweet harmonies and this virtuoso playing. It's just a really, really beautiful sound. So here are Miriam, Amanda, and Shanty, the Sweet Lowdown, in a piece we taped at the Fernwood Inn. So here we are with the Sweet Lowdown, and this is May. This is the new album, and the new track that we're going to hear today is May, one of yours. And it signals a kind of a, I don't know if it's a new direction of the Sweet Lowdown, but it's because the sweet old-timey sound is still there, but it is different, right? How different?
Well, I'd say it's quite different this round because we've been really venturing into new places, and May does that. It goes into kind of a newgrass feel, but we've also been exploring some Celtic music and some East Indian music and a lot of original songwriting, so there's new territory.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's introspective, I don't know.
A little bit more emotionally intimate as well than our first album. We've kind of all delved a little bit deeper, I would say, with the songwriting, but also with the tune writing. So the title track is pretty kind of representative of that. Right.
And no, it's an instrumental, which is nice. I mean, who writes instrumentals anymore? Well, not enough. I'm glad, because I don't think there are enough of them. What kind of? This is early days for May, produced by Adrian Dolan, by the way. But what kind of response are you getting so far?
Oh, so far it's been great. Yeah, people are really responding to the music and to these songs, which is really exciting for us. That's what it's all about.
When I talked about a moment ago about the revival of roots music, of bluegrass music, which happened, I remember the George Clooney movie, everyone was buying that soundtrack. But that has created an oeuvre for musicians to play in now, hasn't it? That maybe it was such a niche before. Mm-hmm. Is that? I'm not even asking a question properly, but I mean, go with me here. Is it picking up steam?
I think so. I mean, I think the traditions that we come out of, they're always there. They're always humming along, and throughout the past, I would say 60 years even, you can see it come up into the mainstream consciousness and then go down and then come up. The whole time it's always cooking along, it's always developing, and there's people always writing original music in these traditions. And right now, thanks to that movie, it's true. It has come up, and there's a lot of popular bands that have more rock bands and pop bands that have banjos in them all of a sudden, and I think that movie was very influential, or that have fiddle in it, whereas those instruments in recent times haven't been part of the mainstream popular music as they are right now.
They've always been here in Victoria, though, haven't they?
I think so. Yeah, totally.
suddenly it just ends, just like that. I appear here, the scene is over. There's maybe a show of tears, some sadness. Don't worry though, because you'll be able to watch this over and over again. Facebook.com/thescenetv. We're on Vimeo, we're on YouTube. Old episodes yet to come, maybe extras, giveaways. I don't know. It's all there. It's David Lenham for The Scene in Winchester Galleries in Oak Bay. We got Doug Fraser's art, remember, right here. Just the very familiar, that stairwell at the back. You saw something you didn't want to see at the bottom of those stairs once. You've put it out of your mind. There they are again. Yeah, come down and check it out.
After all the things that I've done, someone else should get paid. I said now someone else should be